The Detroit Pistons select Grant Hill from Duke University. Grant Hill.
Man, oh man, what a player Grant Hill was when he was in the NBA, playing with Detroit, Orlando, and Phoenix. And he did play with the Clippers, but with those three teams, he had a pretty good, decent year when he was playing. But the only thing that kind of messed him up was injuries. So in this video, we'll be talking about what if Grant Hill wasn't injured? What would you rank him in the all-time small forward list? And before you go and watch this video, you guys make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe button, and after the video, leave a comment in the comment box if you agree or disagree. Let's get right to it. Now, before I give you guys my opinion on what Grant Hill should be ranked in the all-time small forward list, we will first go over a little brief summary of Grant Hill. I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but for the sake of the video, we're going to go ahead and give a brief summary of his NBA career, along with what caused his injuries and how his injuries affected him in the NBA while he was playing. All right, so let's look at a couple of things. Okay, so first off, Grant Hill. He was drafted into the NBA in 1994, first round pick, pick 3 with Detroit. He averaged 16.7 points, 6 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and his field goal percentage was 48. Now here are a couple of accolades. His accolades: he was a 7-time All-Star, a 5-time All-NBA team, 1995 Co-Rookie of the Year, meaning that he shared the Rookie of the Year with another player. Now, let's look at a bit of information about his injury. Hill injured his left ankle during the 1999-2000 season. He attempted to play through the injury even during a playoff series against the Miami Heat. During the playoff series, he re-injured the ankle, leading to a fracture. Hill underwent 5 ankle surgeries between 2000 and 2004. A staph infection developed following one of the surgeries, causing Hill to nearly die and requiring months of hospitalization and antibiotics. The injury significantly limited his playing time and effectiveness, forcing him to miss the entire 2003 and 2004 season. Hill's career with the Pistons was significantly impacted as he was never able to reach his pre-injury form. He moved to the Orlando Magic, but his playing time was limited due to his injury. Despite the challenges, he continued to play in the NBA, making the All-Star team again and playing in the Western Conference Finals with the Phoenix Suns. He retired from the NBA in 2013. Now again, this is a brief summary of Grant Hill's career, stats, and injury information. So if you guys want to know more about Grant Hill, definitely go look it up. I looked on Wikipedia and along with ESPN.com. So you guys can do the same thing if you want more information. Moving forward with the all-time small forward list. Now, I got this list from ClutchPoints.com, and they list all the small forwards from 1 to 25 on who they think is the best all-time small forward. Now, mind you, I didn't write nobody's stats down or anything like that. I will be having a series on all-time small forwards and with my opinion on where a certain player should be ranked either higher or lower than another player. And it will be stats and it will be a lot more information on what I will be showing you guys in the video. But that's going to come soon, so stay tuned for it. But going on with the next couple of clips, you guys will see the all-time small forward list from 1 to 25, and you will see where Grant Hill is at. And then I will give you guys my opinion on what I think that Grant Hill should be at if he wasn't injured. Okay, so we're going to start with 1 through 10. So you see you have LeBron James, Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Julius Erving, John Havlicek, Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard, Dominique Wilkins, and Carmelo Anthony. The next set, you have Paul Pierce, Rick Barry, Alex English, James Worthy, Adrian Dautley, Paul Arizin, Jimmy Butler, Bernard King, Chris Mullin, and Billy Cunningham. Now, mind you, I have stars by a couple of these players' names, and I'm going to give you the reason why in a second. And the last set of group is it's 5. You have Paul George, Jamal Wilkes, Shawn Marion, Grant Hill, and Jason Tatum was actually 25. I know, surprising. So let's start from 21 through 25. I definitely think Grant Hill is past Shawn Marion and Jamal Wilkes. Between him and Paul George, that's a toss-up. And the reason why I say it's a toss-up because Paul George, he is a pretty good small forward himself, and I even think he should be at a higher rank in small forwards. So with the second set of small forwards, I definitely believe that Grant Hill is over Billy Cunningham, Chris Mullin, Bernard King, Jimmy Butler, Paul Arizin, Adrian Dantley, James Worthy, Alex English, Rick Barry, and Paul Pierce. So if we starting off with the old school, Billy Cunningham, Chris Mullin, Bernard King, Paul Arizin, Adrian Dantley, James Worthy, Alex English, and Rick Barry. Besides Chris Mullin, the other small forwards, I felt like the eras they played in were different. I feel like Grant Hill's era was pretty tough on the defensive end. They had, they had some pretty good defensive players that can play outside the perimeter. And they had also a lot of bigs, and a lot of those bigs were definitely athletic, and they played some pretty good defense as well. And not knocking the old school era, they had some pretty good players too. I just think with the more athleticism and the more on the defensive end came from in Grant Hill's era, which comes Chris Mullin. Because Chris Mullin was in the same era as Grant Hill. I just feel like Grant Hill was a better player. I look at Chris Mullin more of a shooter, but Grant Hill, he was more of a get to the basket, get to the bucket, score, play defense type of guy. When it comes to Paul Pierce, the reason I said that he's better than Paul Pierce, in my opinion, I feel like Grant Hill was more of a two-way player than Paul Pierce is. And when it comes to Jimmy Butler, I feel like it will be more so on a basketball IQ standpoint. I believe that Grant Hill has better basketball IQ than Jimmy Butler, which will make him better than Jimmy Butler when it comes to the all-time small forward list. And this is no disrespect to Jimmy Butler. I do feel like Jimmy Butler is a good player, but I feel as though Grant Hill is better mature when it comes to certain situations on the court. So the last set of 10, which is the first group, I don't think Grant Hill would have been better than LeBron James, Larry Bird, Kevin Durant, Julius Erving, Scottie Pippen, Kawhi Leonard, and Carmelo Anthony. But I do think he would have been on the higher list than Elgin Baylor, John Havlicek, and Dominique Wilkins. So with Elgin Baylor and John Havlicek, again, it goes off the eras that they both played in. That they played in. I feel like it was more so easier to get the points that they got because, not saying that it wasn't hard, but it wasn't the top-notch defenders that would really get on them to, really stop them for real. And when it comes to Dominique Wilkins, and this is no disrespect to Dominique Wilkins, played for the home team. I'm from Atlanta, guys. I only see Dominique Wilkins as more of a high flyer. So I didn't really see Dominique do no spin move, crossover, stop and pop move, step back. I didn't see anything like that from Dominique Wilkins. So I only look at him as a high flyer. And I feel like Grant Hill brings a lot more when it comes on the offensive end. And, he will show it on the defensive end as well. So with my decision on placing Grant Hill on the all-time small forward list, I will put Grant Hill right at number 11, removing Dominique Wilkins, John Havlicek, and Elgin Baylor down, but right below Paul Pierce. I'll put Paul Pierce at 12, and I'll put Paul George right at 10. All right, if you guys agree or you disagree, leave a comment in the comment box. Let's get the conversation going. And mind you guys, I will be coming out with a series on all-time small forwards and picking one of the players that you guys feel like, okay, this player could have been at a higher ranking, or this player could have been at a higher ranking, or this player was better than this player. But we're definitely going to get into that. So it's going to be multiple series on all-time small forwards. So be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, guys, make sure you click that like button, click the subscribe button. This your boy, Coach D-Lo, and champions thrive on elevation. Praise to the Most High. Yeah.